my goodness, what is this? But no need to answer, dear viewers, because it looks like it's a form of video, not just any video, mind you, but an MMORPG video. What are the odds of that? Well, except I kind of promised, and it's a bit overdue, so I think it's about freaking time. But anyway, heyo, this is Anime Addiction 00, and at that very messy and drawn-out introduction type of thing, I am finally trying the MMO videos again, so, you know, no promises that I'll probably do somewhat decent or just be very sloppy, but anyway, this one is Aura Kingdom, aka Fantasy Frontier, for the overseas version, if you've been watching it on various MMO news sites and whatnot. It is developed by X Legend Entertainment, same people who had Kitsu Saga and Spirit Tales and Eden Eternal. You know, Kitsu Saga is not with us anymore. But in any case, if you've played any of those games, you probably will be some similarities, but, you know, it's not like it'll be a bad thing, just in case things sound, like, familiar to the Grand Fantasia video or whatnot, because some things I think have been improved when I get to them, or hopefully remember to get to them. So, anyway, the open beta for this game just started this week, I believe, like on the 6th or so. But anyway, enough of the random babbling. You're probably getting bored watching my my character stare blankly into space. So let's just go look at the character creation screen, because it's actually, you can see this like cool dark dragon and it's just wanting to tear your face in, but you got Party of Adventurers here to instead tear its face in too, if they want to, because, you know, some might be not that violent. But anyway, looks like you've got a decent amount of classes here and one locked one. It's probably that guy in the blue armor that looks really cool. The really cool ones usually come much later. So in any case, let's take a look at the classes. You have your standard guardian type of melee fighter with sword and shield. You get even a little video up in the top right or upper corner. You also get 3 stars rated on how they are with certain, I guess, just their ranking in battle with certain things. They have no healing ability, not much evasive, but they can do single target, area of effect a little bit. They're super defensive and they're okay with support as well. There's also blurbs down here, but I'm not sure if it would take too long if I read all of that. But anyway, sword and shield combos, yes, awesome. You also got giant two-handed axe of more awesome. Awesome is probably going to be my word of the night, so just telling you ahead of time if you haven't noticed already. These guys, or girls, if you choose to have wield the giant axe around like a boss, they can still do single target combat fine, but they're even better with area of effect because they, you know, the axe is so huge they're just gonna swipe at everything in their way and not really care. So they're kind of like tanks maybe, but they might be like meat tanks and more like damage dealers, but okay, they're damage dealers and then tanks come second, so there you go. Next is Duelist, which is kind of like the evasion, super fast attack speed type of character. I played them a little bit in closed beta, and they're also like a thief because they can poison and move around the battlefield a little bit. They're good with single target, not much area of effect. They're good evasive, and 1 star with the remaining 3. You got a Gunslinger, which is, you know, fast, dual-wielding pistols and trying to move around. And it says they debilitate their enemies with debuffs while also moving around the battlefield and dealing damage. And they sometimes use traps and such. They seemed fairly balanced until you get to defensive and healing, but, you know, it's kind of expected. And you get the Grenadier with this gun that's bigger than your character, and you can totally wield it with no problem, because it looks really cool like that, even though I'm not sure if it makes much sense, but who talks about sense in this stuff? They have really good area of effect, single target. They're also pretty defensive and apparently healy. That's probably because they can summon like little mechy things or support turrets. I'm not sure what the extent of that is. I just saw some people in the early section summoning turrets to help them fight. So I could probably do that with good support-y stuff. You got a bard that has a magical harp of healiness, and everyone will love you for it. So these are the basic Healy classes. You have your magic-y, I want to blow everything up using the elements of, well, magiciness wizard. They do single target area effect, and apparently they're okay with healing, but I'm not sure if they have healing skills or they just, like, recover a little bit okay. And the last one is the sorcerer. More like a dark magic user. They don't really have much area effect, but they're okay with single target and they have a whole bunch of debuffs support and they can heal themselves quite a bit, so I think they can take more of a beating than most Magic-y classes. And something to note is that even though you pick one class at the get-go, when you get to level 40 you can actually pick a secondary weapon, and that opens up different opportunities for you, but hopefully I'll get back to that later. Let's just pick a random one. Yeah. Random one for character creation. So you can rotate your character to see more angles. Holding the left mouse button, you can zoom in and out. And I will just say I really love the anime art style of this. Like, I know X Legend already has anime art styles with all of their games, but this one, it just seems like they popped out of an anime and they're totally legit. That's as best as I can put it, because, you know, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. You have 9 face styles to choose from and 10 hairstyles, and I don't think that's too bad for it just coming into open beta. Hopefully more will still be added though, because, you know, more choice is always good. I think you have at least 3 sets of 4 hair colors and eye colors. I could be off by about 1. So 1, 2, 3. No, I think it's about 3 choices of 4. You also have skin tone, and you can preview actions, which is kind of neat in case they put everything they got into that wave, sir. Oh, we kind of switched to that one. Okay, so let's just watch them dance a little bit and then provoke something, because that's totally necessary. And the next screen will just show you your Eidolon choices. I have to, I think, get a name. Yeah, I have to get a name first, and I can't think of any names. But you have 4 choices of Eidolons. You have a Seraph, which I have. You have a Dragon. You have Merrily. And you have a Unicorn. I can't really give too much on them because I haven't played all of them too far. Unicorn says it's evasive and kind of supporty, I believe. Seraph is like single target but defensive, and the Dragon's also pretty defensive, and a skill brought Malice, so you could like defend yourself, so it's probably good for spellcasters. And Merrily is a supporting caster that can heal and cast spells to help you. So anyway, enough of my babbling for like the 3rd time. Let's just get into the game before you get, you know, too much more bored. Nice with the stars and everything. Alrighty, what can I cover first? Oh goodness. Well, since I'm apparently in a town, I will say that they fill the town a little bit more with life. For example, you have your normal quests, and that's the hotkey L, which you can also check down here. That's handy. They also have it categorized into fame quests and even achievements. Each area has their own set of achievements, and you get achievement points, and you unlock titles for it. I'm probably gonna go all out of order again, but you check your character sheet type thing here, and your personal title, and you see all of the titles you've acquired so far. And you don't have to equip them to get their effect, it's just for cosmetic, I believe, because all of your bonuses stack, so just get as many titles as possible and you'll pretty much be giving yourself a buff to your character, like all these bonuses down here. While I'm here, hopefully I'll remember to do this. So you can see your gear and such here, you have your costume slots here, and that's the weapon slot for level 40 on your offhand. And every time you level up, you get a point to put into the offensive slot until you're level 10. They can additionally put a point into the defensive slot. So you can put a point into damage to, you know, attack better, critical to increase your crit chance with regular attack skills and periodic damage effects, and speed to lower your cooldown time, and increase your attack speed because, you know, speed. Very speedy. You can also increase your hit points for defensive, your defense for defensive, and evasion for defensive. But as I said, you only get to start getting those points at around level 10, so yeah. And I don't think there's really much point to trying to stack points. You could usually get a notification like right in the middle of the screen and it won't go away until you allocate them, so you just put the points in right away. I don't think it really matters if it were possible to save them up. There you go. An interesting thing about the combat system though, while I looked at the skills and such, is that you might notice something missing from most traditional MMORPGs. In this upper left corner, there's my hit points, but I don't have any mana. That's not just because I'm a gunslinger, like, they might somehow not have mana. They could have, like, a charging type of thing, like orbs or charge things and that unleash skills randomly because of their own skill pool thingy. But instead, no character has mana, not even the magic-y caster people. Instead, just have to focus and remember your cooldowns, which I remember someone reading something about it, and they said that things are probably going to get pretty hectic when you're higher level because all you have to worry about is cooldowns, and you're going to be playing your keys like piano keys. But that might not, well, it's probably going to be the case, but you don't have to worry about mana, which is kind of a different change, and I wasn't sure what to think about it at first, but I thought it's kind of awesome at the same time. Because then I only have to worry about being alive with my hit points, and just use skills when they're available. I could be a bit of a pushover to say that. But anyway, I think I mentioned the town's a little bit more alive with the achievements, and I got a little bit into the random bits, but here's also why. To find achievement conversations, or title conversations, you go over to NPCs with the yellow speech bubble, and you overhear their conversation, and you'll usually get a title. So I'm just gonna hear this out, and they're apparently talking about who they think a guy is prettier between the two of them, and the poor little boy is just really awkward with it. It's like, no. Yeah. Poor little kid. Because, yeah, it's done. So yes, achievement get. And I mentioned that with the achievements, it doesn't give you the exact locations, and you can't use your auto move to get to them, so just try and read the dialogue of the quest and try and, I guess, remember the location, or just wander around till you find something. Either way, I think you'll get something eventually. Yes, I should talk about the Eidolon, so let's see, where are you, Seraph? Come and say hi! So you can summon him on this little Eidolon hotkey bar type thing. It gets their own. They also don't have mana, they have their own separate hit point bar. You also have an ability to, so they can taunt, so they can take some damage if you're kind of running low on health and need to get, the enemy out of your face for a little bit. If you put them in guard mode, you can control their skills individually, or aggressive mode, that is, use skills of their own volition. And also, every Eidolon has a pretty long cooldown but very powerful area of effect skill. It's usually pretty flashy and cool to look at, too. I think about skills, let's see. Oh goodness, this is a lot of skills. It's a bit difficult to remember it right now because I remember I got that far with closed beta, but I haven't gotten that far yet. But you don't have to worry about skill points to upgrade your own skills. It does that automatically every level. And along the way you'll get special skills that will do extra damage to like certain skills or add different effects to your skills that you already have, which is pretty neat. And it looks like you'll be able to get multiple, so you can pick and choose what you want. I think these are those. Yes, those things. At level 14 you start getting ultimate skills, you unlock a slot at those respective levels, and then you get a choice of like 2 or so you can put into those slots. You might get more later, I didn't get that far. And you can customize your character that way, and there's these general skills here, like emotes and whatnot. Like, this, holy crap, there's a lot of dancing. And there's the wave and everything. So yes, there's actually quite a bit of skills, and I don't know how I'm gonna do this hotbar thing. But since it's right next to the hotbar, and I'm all over the place with just talking about what I see first, I like the little experience bar thing just because those little arrows mean it tells you what you're going to get at the next level. I don't know why I like that, but I just like knowing what I'm going to get. Like the next level, I'm going to gain an attack point, a defense point, but you'll always get those arrows, and the yellow one is when you receive an Envoy's Pass point. The Envoy's Pass point is this pretty big skill path tree thing that you can pick and choose to also buff up your character. And I think it's good to try and pass where to put your skills ahead of time, because you only get these every 2 or 3 levels, I think. It's probably every 2, yeah. And some of them are really good stacking it together. Like all of these are for evasion, and then the next one's increase attack speed and lower cooldowns. And there's also some special skills for if you choose a certain weapon combination at level 40. Like Ferocious Salvo is for dual pistols and cannon. And apparently you fire a powerful laser beam at some point after using your pistols to rapid shoot them in the face. So it kind of encourages certain weapon combinations, and it makes me feel a little bit restricted because of it, but no one says you have to learn them, and I'm pretty sure you're not restricted by weapon combinations in general. The adventure medals, I think, are just represented by how many achievement points in general you have. I didn't get a good look at that one this time. And in traditional MMORPG fashion, I think I just saw a duel a little bit, and they're kind of face planted on the ground. And with the battles, I should probably at least show you that much, so you can see it's kind of fast paced and whatnot. It's kind of, I'm not sure what to call it. Like, it's not quite action based because it is still point and click. Speaking of point and click, you can point and click to move, but also WASD. It's important to mention as I'm moving, at least. But yeah, it is pretty fast paced with the battles, especially since when the cooldowns might cool down quicker. And you don't have to worry about the mana running low or anything. But also movement placement is important, which is kind of odd to do in a point and click thing, because usually you can't really move around or maneuver your character that much. But some characters have skills that kind of help them move around, so that's handy. I don't think I'm that kind of character, or at least not yet. I'd probably have to go farther to see. But I know that the duelists, the dual-wielding, daggery, thiefy type people did, because I had an ability that you just kind of charge ahead and do, like, you spin around with all your blades flailing, and it's really cool, and it also helps you move around the battlefield while you're damaging things, so you can get out of the way of, like, area of effect skills for monsters, which are highlighted on the ground. So movement is kind of important to sidestep out of those powerful skills, but other than that, you could probably just stand where you are like normal. And oh my goodness, this is... I turned down a whole bunch of things on this game, and the anime, like I said, the anime graphics I think look really nice and clear, but it's running surprisingly smoothly. Like, I thought this was gonna run like crap for my pushing 3-year-old laptop or so. I think it's showing me it still got it, or it's just very well optimized, which either way I'm thankful for it. I think maybe I should at least just show the flashy skill one time. You can also, I can never do the second hotbar, I don't know why, so I just usually right click it. But anyway, time to show off some on this poor little dryad. It's just very, very flashy skills, and that was actually very underwhelming for damage, but oh well, it was flashy and neat. See, I'm pretty sure there are some world events too, like there was one that happened before. This dragon came out of nowhere, but you couldn't fight it. You just saw these powerful eidolons come out of nowhere and beat it up and drive it away. At some point, it might be part of the story. And for quests, you expect like the usual fetch quests and kill this much and whatnot. The only way it's kind of different is the gathering quests, because they're not always part of the main quest, like those green exclamation points. It shows that you can do something for an achievement, and sometimes you might get a little bit stuck, so like I said, just try and be careful and read the text, or maybe see if someone else has completed it, because some of them I couldn't ever do. Actually, since my Eidolon is fighting besides me, I should probably mention something important. Even though I'm killing all these things, Seraph isn't going to level with me. Instead, they use their own independent leveling type of thing. I'm gonna... shoot. Oh god, I don't think I should have picked this class. I'm really bad at it. I should have picked the duelist because I wasn't almost dying as much, but oh well. Dual pistols are still neat. Anyway, Eidolon. Okay, that's what I did. And that goes in very nicely with what I was going to do. Well, as soon as that's out of the way... ah, dang it! Okay, so N is the Eidolon menu, but that's not the same type of thing, that's a different thing. Here's where you can actually feed it, get skill information, I think return it if it's on the battlefield, and you can evolve it at level 40, and they require certain types of items that you'll find from gathering, and a whole bunch of crystals, which they also get from their type of gathering. It's kind of like the sprites, but not, because they pretty much always succeed. They just get like a small pool of items. So here is how they level up. He'll stay level 10 unless I start feeding him like experience dust and experience crystals of varying grades. Dust is the lowest, the medium crystals, medium, and you can get like really good crystals, and you'll probably need them when you're getting up there in levels. So apparently one experience dust was good enough to level him once, so he's good. The level cap can't go past your own, so you can't just power them up to beat up everything. Okay, now back to this screen. You can actually talk to your Eidolon to get more of these MP to connect with or link with Gaia. So you talk to them, and sometimes things will give you more points than others depending on what you talk to them about. Apparently he likes forests. Forests make me happy. I love the soft breezes that drift through the trees. Ah, it feels so good. Okay, so he likes forests. You can do that up to 3 times, usually when that little 1 appears there, or it's supposed to be an exclamation point. It looks like a 1 though. You can usually talk to them 3 times and get the points, and then you link to Gaia, which usually takes 10 points away. So if you're very conversative or social with your Eidolon, you'll be able to collect more crystals and more items. You can also find the spirit dust, the basic spirit dust from killing things. So if you're lucky with your loot drops, or upgrade your skills with loot drops, because you can totally upgrade your loot drop ability with that envoy path tree thing. And I'm getting a lot of the dust, surprisingly. I don't think I upgraded my drops. Okay, so let's see what else. You can... Oh, hey, I'm surprised I didn't do this yet. Like I said, I'm all over the place. You can double jump with double tap the spacebar. You can press R once you have your Eidolon, or not at that point, but you can press R to glide. And if you want to land early after you glide, you double tap S, and you can slam to the ground without taking any damage. So that's awesome. It's like I can dive bomb to the ground and not wreck my face. I'm not quite sure about PvP and stuff yet. I just saw the basic PvP that happened in here. Okay, that's what else. Oh yeah, the fortification is something I want to mention also. Well, first I get the secret stone because the merchant's right here. I have an item in my inventory, let's see, called a secret stone. Where is it? Okay, there it is. Secret stones are something you can embed into your weapons or armor, I think, or might be only weapons. I don't really remember the tutorial very much, and I haven't done it yet on this character, because that was during the closed beta, and that character's long gone. It happens. So, with that secret stone thing, you pick a secret stone and you embed your weapons with it, and you kind of level it up to increase damage output. So far I've seen, but you can also get special ones that increase your skills and such with it. Let's see. Here you choose the slot to put something that you want to embed it. You put the secret stones down there, and it kind of levels up as you go. Wait, this is the inlay, there you go. So you put the gear you want to put the secret stone in, then you have a special secret stone with like abilities, and you put them in there. I'm not sure if that makes much sense, but the tutorial probably explains it better than I do. And I don't have it unlocked right now, but you'll probably find it if you're going to play. But in any case, here you upgrade your secret stone, so... I can't do that one, shoot. But, let's see. You can buy ones from him to upgrade, so they upgrade your skills a bit. Example... Crimson Raging Slash Secret Stone. Enhances the Raging Slash ability and skill damage is plus 13. So you would buy that, choose to inlay it in a weapon, well not yet, but you choose that, and then you upgrade it with the Shining Secret Stones, or the random Secret Stones that just say it cannot be upgraded and it gives plus damage, and that's how you upgrade your Secret Stones. You can also, once you inlay it in your weapon, it's not stuck there, so you can also take it out and move it to any other piece of equipment in case your old weapon isn't as good anymore, so that's nice. You also don't have to pay for that, that's double nice. And then there's also, what else is it? Oh yeah, Fortification, there we go. I'm going to be completely honest, and I've usually hated, the X-Legend games of Fortification, because usually I had such a terrible shot of actually getting upgraded to a decent amount that I'll get really frustrated. I'm not sure if it's just me, but it could be because I just had terrible luck, and that's usually how it goes. But with this one, you can still fortify your weapons, but now you also require salvaging equipment. You need shards from that. In salvaging, you just access from your inventory menu salvaging gear, but they have to be like level 10 plus, I think. And I think I want to keep that because it's for level 18, so I'm not going to get rid of that. You can also auto stack it, or auto sort, I think they mean. You can do item fusion, but I haven't had a use for that yet, so it's probably just, fusing items. Oh wait, yes, I have done that. It's part of achievements, too. You can do that for food to get, like, better buffs, with it. So let's see, Fortification, yes, I keep losing my spot there. But you can get shards by, salvaging equipment, which is pretty much breaking it to get the shards, but The drop rate with like special equipment isn't really too bad, so you probably won't have a problem with that. With the Fortification, it says if you I believe it said on the website or so, wherever I found it, if you fail 100 times, it'll just auto-upgrade itself by 1. So I don't know if that means it's still probably a chance to break the weapon, or it's just really expensive, and if you persevere, you'll still upgrade it eventually. Which is really nice, because usually it breaks and I lose my most rarest weapon, and then it's double frustration, and I usually don't want to take that risk, and then it stays not that very good, potentially. So yes, Fortification rant is done. There's guilds, of course. You can even press G to see the guilds, and you can see which ones you're recruiting. You can form a guild straight from there, I guess. Of course, I haven't really pressed around with that, or poked around at that, yes. Item all is the I button, and system settings, escape, and whatnot. I think this is really long, isn't it? Like, about half an hour by now? Holy crap, no wonder why my throat hurts. So, I think I'm actually going to stop that here. Thank you for your patience, and I apologize if it was a bit of a disappointment. I do want to continue Aura Kingdom videos, because I can see myself playing this for a little bit, or at least trying to. I might attempt a Let's Play on it to, like, start it from very level 1, and you'll see a character grow from level 1 however long I get to it. Maybe it might not be a good idea, because I can't really be entertaining for, like, straight through a series type of thing. So anyway, if there's anything I forgot, I might do an extra video, or, of course, you can feel free to point out in the comments for anyone else who doesn't know. And I hope to see you in game if I'm still playing. It'll be awesome. I can shoot things, and you can do whatever magic-y, slashy things, or even shoot with my character, and there'll be bullets everywhere, kind of like that Red trailer, which is really awesome. Anyway, guys, bye.